Hey guys, welcome to the live session episode 18. So today especially we are going to talk about first we're going to speak about fixing the issues in the Excel that you are having, and then we're going to talk about where market is heading after that. Okay. So most of the guys told that the video for how to get data from a new NSE website in Excel, they are saying they are getting issue with this. But I have made Excel's new Excel set yesterday only, and then it is working perfectly. So just carefully watch one more time and see if the price you are able to fix your issue. Okay, so I have a blank Excel sheet opened here. Okay, and now I am going to convert this, and I'll get the data. Let's say I'll get the data from my NSE website. So which data do you want me to bring here? Is this is just a high low data? We can get this, right? Open, high, low, close. I can get this data also. So what I'll do, I'll just press go to my developer tools, and then go to the network and click on this refresh button and see. Okay, we need to refresh this. Okay, so when you are getting the URL and cookies, make sure the status code is 200. So this should be checked. Okay, one thing. So status is 200 means the data is coming properly. Then when you are copying the cookie, you will be copying the cookie from the request section, not the response section. So response header, if you see here, there is something called set cookie. This is not what you will need. What you will need is the one in the request headers, and then go here. You have to copy this cookie and copy until end, the whole thing. Okay, so I'll just make this cookie data, whatever. So I just pasted the cookie, and then I'm going to just make it a little user friendly wrap text. So this is my cookie data, right? So I have made a header, and then I had pasted the cookie. So I am following the same thing that I explained in this video only, basically. No, nothing fancy. So I'll select this and select this too, and then go to the data tab and click on from table or range. Okay, and I'll say my cancel. I need to select both. Okay, so both are selected. Then I have to go from table and range. So my table has headers. So this will look like something like this, B2. So I selected B column number 2 cell to B column number 3 cells. Okay, and this will open up the Power Query window here, and then I'll go ahead and do the thing with expansion. So I'll drill down it until I get 0 cookie data, this entire cookie. Okay, so once I have this, I'll go and go to home tab and then click on advanced editor. So here it is there, right? Okay, now I am going to use the same Power Query code that I told I'm going to use. So I'll just Power Query 2 let cookies first line I just copied, coming to advanced editor, and then यहाँ पे paste. Okay, so next one is the last 2 line, right? So last 2 line I have to copy again and then paste here after this. So this is done, right? So this is cookies function. So one function is done. Okay, the next one is so I'll just close this, and then this one is cookies, right? So I'll just go here and go queries and name this as cookies. Okay, then I'll go and create a new blank query, new other sources blank query. So from here I'll go to advanced editor. Okay, let's just give a name to this. What do I say? NSC OHLC connector. Okay, then I'll go to advanced editor and see this blank code and replace this code with my code in Power Query 1, which is from here. So go here and just replace. And now I need to replace the URL with the URL I was seeing in the NSU website. So here so the request URL is the one I have to take. I can also do this thing, right click, open in a new tab and just copy this stuff. Okay, and then I have to replace this part. Do this, click on done. Then this data privacy warning will come. You have to click on continue and then must select this ignore privacy level checks. Okay, so this is important. Make sure you clicked on this while doing this. Then save it. Voila, here is your data. So if you want to format this more clearly, I can even go to from the source data. I will just clean this step and this step, right? So this is source. So from source I can just expand similarly and come here and then I convert to table, click on default, and then I'll just select, I'll not use any prefix and I don't need all of this. Okay, last weekly high, priority, symbol, identifier, open, high, low. Okay, let's keep all these columns and this is done. You can see the data is coming. I'll just close and load to. I'll open a new worksheet here. Done. I'll rename this as data and let's call it cookie input. Okay, now once you have this, you'll need to just save it somewhere. You just save it somewhere and then next time when you open it, the cookie might expire. So this thing expire time to time. It's not like valid for infinite time. Okay, so the cookie is generated by browser. So when every time you refresh this and this gets generated, it will regenerate a new cookie. So what you have to do, clear this, refresh this, go here and then go to the same request header sections and then copy the cookie again. So this is, you may need to do it when the data is not getting refreshed. So if you open this query and connection, click on refresh button, so data should be refreshed. So you see data got refreshed, or you can click on data tab and click on refresh all, data will be refreshed. If you see that here one status bar is there, you will see that refreshing data. If it's taking long time, that means probably the cookie input got expired. So in that case you have to come to this and make a fresh cookie generated from here, come here and then replace this thing with a new one. Go back to this tab, stop the existing refresh and then do another refresh. So done. Okay, so what you are facing, credential authentication error. Okay, so credential, the authentication should be chosen as anonymous authentication. Okay, so if you haven't made the anonymous authentications type, you might get the error. Now if I just go edit this connection back here in the Power Query, here you will find something called data source settings. Okay, click on this and you will see the data source that is there. So this is my data source, right? Okay, now if I edit the permission and it says type is anonymous, you need to make sure that type is anonymous and privacy level is none. So click on edit. If it's not anonymous, if it's something else, must select the anonymous, save it and then set the privacy level as none, click OK and then close and you are done. So that way you should get authentication that way you can get rid of the authentication error. So do you guys have any questions regarding that, the part I just explained the whole thing? If you want to see a demonstration of any of the other data in the website, I can also do that. यहाँ पे what else, what other data is there? Derivative market we can go. Commodity derivatives. What data do you guys want to fetch from this website? Market snapshot. Top 10 gainers and losers. Can you please make it to run every 1 minute and check? So you can change that settings from here basically. Cancel. Where is this connection properties? So here I think you can enable a background refresh here, but the problem is after some point it will give you an error because the cookie will expire after some time. So you need to stop that, and then you have to refresh the cookie. The new cookie you have to add and then do the refresh again. So if you are doing that rightly, you should be getting the data correctly. But if you are looking for automating getting the cookie from the website, you cannot you cannot do it from the user interface. You will have to write a code that gets the cookie automatically, and then you can refresh. So even if you do enable 1 minute refresh, after some time it will not work because you have to refresh the cookie manually. You have to paste the cookie here in order to make it work. RSI data, I don't think, do they have RSI data? I don't think they have indicated data, free data available in the website. There are some paid data available, you can check out, but the process of getting the data will be basically same. And if you are looking for getting this part automated, you will have to write a code to get the cookie, because manually otherwise you have to just copy paste like I have shown you. Market data, so derivative market is here. So this one I already have shown in the other video. If you check this video, you will be seeing the same thing I have done already for Vice part and option chain. Most active, let's do it for top 20 gainers and losers. This table we can try to get. I'm not sure if I am not Partho, I am not going to make code for this to do automatically. I mean, some people are just selling this Excel sheet for money actually. So I am showing you how to do it manually. If you want to get it automated, you can either hire a programmer to do it, or you can learn and do it yourself. Okay. And or on alternative scenario, you can just make refresh manually. It's not very big task if you just click on the refresh button, and then here, so let's say here's gainers and losers, right? So I'll just change the URL to gainers, and then I'll use the same Excel set for gainers also. So I'll go here, connection, edit, come here to the advanced editor again, and then replace the URL here to the request URL. Okay, then this will give an error. Just delete this thing, delete until source, come to the source, and then see legend. Let's see what are the data is there in which sections. So I'll verify this is the data for FO segment. So I'll just convert this to table and see what are the data is there. Don't use prefix. So this is top gainer in the FO segment. This is coming, and then I'll just click on close and load. So you can see the data has changed to the new URL. So this is the open top gainers of the FNO segment today. which had open price, high price, low price, LTP previous. Okay, so that way you should be able to get the data. If you have any issues, just make your Excel sheet and send it to me over the Twitter, and the Twitter link is right here in the video description sections. You can click on this link and follow us, and then we can fix the Excel sheet that you are having issue with. In case the issue is with your Excel software, then in that case you will have to fix your software first. But if the issue is in the spreadsheet, if you're doing a step wrong and not getting the data, that I can fix it for you if you share the Excel sheet in the Twitter. SACMAT, that is what I just told, right? So people are selling the Excel sheet itself with the money. So coding will require time, and then I'm not going to do that. So you can hire somebody who will write a code for you. This is, I think, Office 365 account. Yeah, this is Microsoft Office 365 Pro Plus. But mine, I think my license need to be refreshed. If anyway, so if you have the issue, just share across your Excel sheet. Okay, I think I'll conclude the Excel related things today here, and then go to the market view. If you have any issue with the Excel, just like I said, go to the Twitter and send me the shared file in my Twitter DM. Okay, then we'll look into that if the issue is in the Excel or the version of the Excel is there. Okay, going to the market view. So a few days back I mentioned that most of the global index were like is going in advance, and we are like following a little bit behind, and our market fallen a little late. If you just check the daily chart, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So from the 7th candle itself, Dow Jones has been falling from that candle itself. In case of Nifty, it has been like after that. So the fall has came from this candle, which is like 21st September was just 3 days back. So we were following the global market queue, but a bit late, and then our indexes, the price has fallen a quite big amount compared to that of the global peers. So the other stock market like US Dow Jones and the DAX or all the other global indexes that are there, so they have been falling for a while, and then there has been retracement for them also. So there is some retracement. If you see here, price has not fallen like one way. The 3 days price, if you see, price has been inside this range, and then in our case price has been fallen in one way. There has been no range formed in this. Also because of the expiry, and then too much long futures was positions were made in the previous month expiry, and then all the buyers had to exit on the expiry, and then so that caused a bigger reactions, and price has fallen from what it's supposed to take support from. So even though it was supposed to take support from around here itself, price has still fallen behind quite big. So it's like almost 100 rupees of overreaction came around Thursday expiry. Okay, so today's move just basically cancel out whatever the extra overreaction happened in our market, and overall balance this with the global peers. So if we talk about like a fair comparison between the global peers and the Nifty, it will be somewhere around 10,900 and 11,000 is a fair price compared to what the global market futures currently pricing. Okay, And the major fall when it started, basically the fall, it came from the European market, where there was two bad news hit. One was the second time a lockdown may be applied in some places in UK, and then there is also two banks which are from European, mostly urging, like HSBC and Stan Chartered. They might have money laundering issue with frauding case with those banks associated. So those things panic hit, and then European market went for a toss. Like it went for 2% down, and it went out for 3% down. But our indexes initially it stayed, it paused there, and then it started falling one way. But couple of days back I mentioned that European indexes has been recovered a little, and then it went sideways. Okay, so if you see, this price has, after the initial fall, this is DAX index, Germany's index. If you see, after the first day of fall, there is 1 2 3 4 4 days price is between some range inside the falling candle itself. There is, it's not like price has been continuously falling further down. And this line that you are seeing, this is basically a 200-day moving average. Okay, so 200-day moving average was above its holding. Similarly, if you go to Dow Jones, this is also the 200-day moving average. If you go to Nifty, again the 200-day moving average. So if we talk about like the entire three indexes that here I am talking about, all those are just slightly above 200-day moving average. There are other two Asian index like Nikkei is far above the 200-day moving average, but they are little bit divergent also from the global scenario. Same goes for China market, where they are well below 200-day moving average from August itself, because China had other issues with the Hong Kong, and they have different fundamental issues. But if we talk about only DAX and then Dow Jones and the Nifty, there if you see all three of them taking support from the 200-day moving average. Okay, and right now, if we talk about very right now, so Dow Jones is like kind of indecisive at the bottom, and there are multiple dojis is being formed, which means if there is a follow-up big green candle which takes the doji's high zones, which is mean this high and this high zone, if price able to give a close above this, that will signal a reversal. So which means we are looking for a green candle which is closing above this doji high. Okay, so in that case we'll think about that price is going for a reversal. But until that happens, price may be weak, or it may continue consolidating in here, which is right now it's forming a, let's say, demand or support zone. So that's the generic market view of the generic view for the overall market. Now if we going for the Bank Nifty has been underperforming for a while now, and but apart from that, if we're just looking for just purely technical point of view, if we see that amount of depth here, and it's showing here, which is like 3000 point fall, and then from the neckline, how much it's fallen? It's fallen only 2000 point. Okay, and Bank Nifty is anyways below 200-day moving average, because obviously Bank Nifty was underperforming while strong stocks, I mean if you look at the stocks that are above 200-day moving average, that will be the IT, which is very strong above the 200-day moving average. Then we have auto stock, which is decently higher than 200-day moving average. Then we have pharma, which is strong above 200-day moving average. And then FMCG is slightly around the 200-day moving average, and metal is slightly below 200-day moving average. Okay, and apart from that, there is small cap and mid cap, which are also strong above 200-day moving average. So the sector that are not performing right now, that is PSU stock, CPSE, and then energy is like same as Nifty, slightly above 200-day moving average. A metal went little bearish, but if it comes above this level, it will try to give a reversal, 2240. Okay, and then bank is the main culprit of non-performance in the entire major blue chip index. Okay, so for banks, it need to stay above 21,000 in order to make a reversal potential. So if I add Let's say let me add a RSI. Okay, so if you see, this price has been falling from the 74 from to the straight head to, there is no major um, pullback happened in the banks, and it directly fallen to here. Okay, so price if stays above this level, so this is basically dart cheap overall, and then it may come towards this level 22k. So 21k above price may come towards 22k. Okay, but after that what happens, whether it's able to take back above this level, which is supposed to be again resistance, that will depend on many other fundamental things. Because a couple of fundamental things that we have to keep immediately eye for, that October 1st next week, so basically is going to be an RBI MPC meeting again, the bi-monthly ones. Okay, and then there is a, so uh, regarding the resolution of bad non-performing asset, that panel, the resolution process has been deferred again 3 months from following up from the lockdown what was there. So that is one more important fundamental factor that banks will follow. uh, Obviously overall market, if it goes bullish, then banks may again, Nifty itself will drag bank above. If you notice today's changes, Nifty and bank has been performing almost equally today, because both are at the bottom, right? So going forward, will be look forward for whether price is able to sustain above this level 2130. So if price sustain above this level, it can look for some reversal towards this level and then further towards this level. So that's the bank's view. I'm sure some people wrote Python code to make the data cookie face the cookie. So I'm not sure about VB. I think if it's Excel, it should be possible to get cookie. I have not tried, but you can get it. Also, Larano, yes, there are paid data, right? So if you go in the NSE website itself, you can go to this market data, and then under this here you can see paid real-time data. You can buy it, you can buy here, or these things you can buy the paid data from the NSE directly by the website itself. Okay, and they'll follow up the procedure to get the data, if that's what you are choosing to go for. Okay, so we are talking about the market view in general, right? So now let's focus on the Nifty a little bit closer. So what does this means? This two candle is showing that the next candle is basically engulfed the previous candles, since previous candle was red candle, and the high of the red candle is engulfed by the green candle. Okay, and so this signals are bullish as long as price stays above this closing price. But if you see right now, market is kind of mixed overall global cues. If Monday morning, if we see, this is like the same as it is right now, and if you see price is staying above this 1150 level, then it has a good chance to come towards this level 11130. So 1150 above, price likely to come toward 11130. This will be one of the major pullback, but since it's a two candle body here, and it's likely to be major resistance, it may give a major resistance unless the global Q become very strong in the same day. In that case, it might break the resistance and go to the next one around 11200. Okay, but all of these basically bears will try to give a comeback until and unless price goes above this red candle, if you see, and this red candle, this 11300 level. Until price goes above this level, bears will try to give a comeback. So we'll have to be careful on the long side when you're doing long from here to here, this 250 rupees zone. On the other hand, bears will be ready somewhere around here and here, so we'll be prepared for them anyway. So that's the plan for the market. Okay, and if anyone has questions related to Excel, you can shoot it now before I sign off. And please press the like button if you if it's helped you, and share me the Excel file over the Twitter. Okay, this is the Twitter link here. You can just go here, click on this link, and send me a message in the Twitter and share your Excel file. Okay, so that's the plan. If you have any issue, if I find any Excel files by tomorrow 9 p.m. So the reason I kept 2 days sessions, not just Friday 9 p.m. also on Saturday 9 p.m. Reason, if you're following this process and still finding an issue, if you share the Excel file in Twitter, I can discuss what's the issue on your Excel file tomorrow live sessions. So that's the reason what I kept 2 session for this. Okay, in case nobody share any Excel file, will probably not go live session tomorrow. In that case, I might go for just regular weekend videos, or we'll go for some selecting stocks for the next day on Monday. So that's the plan, and thanks for joining, guys. We'll be back later. Good night. Excel ka sessions, initially I shared the first part of the video, explain about the Excel. If you go next part, it's talk about US market, DAX and Nifty comparison, and then I spoke about Nifty and Bank Nifty. So that's the today's video talk about. Good night, guys.